Howdy, folks. Is Vile Mike here. Just waiting to see if anyone wants to join the stream. How's everyone doing? I know I had the wrong time earlier, but that was entirely my fault when I set up the stream. I just didn't check the little box marked for AM or PM correctly. And it was LDG who first messaged me saying that I did that. So I want to say thanks to him if he's listening. And shortly after that, Resolute Germ did the same thing. So also thanks to him. But I saw that Richie was in the chat. How you doing, Richie? And Captain Trek was here. Don't know if he's still here, but if he is, hopefully you guys are having a good start to the year so far. Mine's mostly been ambivalent. But I do got my coffee, and I got my cigar. Oh, you mentioned the fact that I had the wrong time in your stream, Captain Trek. I didn't get a notification for yours. That's weird. I should probably go to your channel and make sure the bell is clicked properly. But if you want to come up and join, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to sit here and vamp for a while. And what's one thing that's kind of funny is I tried to say a comment. I'll actually read the comment that I tried to post onto my own stream. But it says, YouTube rejected your comment. Usually this means they think it's spam. Try changing it a bit. But this is the comment I put into my own chat. Pulling a bird sounds like choking the chicken, even if one means being late or crashing and the other is jerking off. And yet, for some reason, that was rejected by YouTube. And alcohol of choice is just adding some of my Baileys this morning. One of the good things about buying a big old bottle is it'll last you a few weeks. Hey, LDG, if you want to join in, let me know. Or, I did post a link earlier. I actually saw a movie recently that I thought that LDG would probably like because it has a very Matrixy ending. Let's see if I can remember the name of it. I'm going to look it up real quick. It has the chick who played Starbuck in Battlestar Galactica in it. In fact, she's like the entirety of the movie. And Mr. Miles is in the house. How you doing, man? Mr. Miles helped me out and edited the last TOS video. And I will be posting it tomorrow morning. So be on the lookout for that. It's the review for Court Martial and for Return of the Archons. It's a double thing, kind of like what me and Caddy were doing with for Lower Decks. Mostly because we were running late and my work schedule was just not allowing me to spend time editing any videos. I also have the next Voltron video pretty much ready to go as well. All right, the movie is called 2036 Origin Unknown. And I think LDG should watch it. It came out in 2018. It's fairly recent. It's Also incredibly slow at times and somewhat boring. But, you know, I think that's right up LDG's alley, especially the ending. The ending is really weird. And Caddy's in the house. How you doing, darling? Oh, here we go.
All right. I don't know if can you hear me? Hello, everyone.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Freaking Mike is driving me nuts. What last thing I heard was LDG should watch something. What?
Okay. I recently watched a movie. I'd say about 2 weeks ago. Called 2036 Origin Unknown, and I think it's when I saw the ending, I thought it was very similar to stuff that you tend to talk about, and I figured you would probably really enjoy that movie.
This was on Netflix, wasn't it, or something?
And
I remember this. I saw this. It was, yeah.
I don't know if I saw it on Vudu or Hulu, but it was one of the two.
Yeah, something, and it has like a really effed up, crazy backwards ending, doesn't it? Something like that. Something like blowing up the world, or the world's blowing up, or something like that. Right?
Pretty much, but I think it's something you would still enjoy.
I don't know. Like I said, my brain's telling me I watched it, and when I watched it, I automatically said,
But, maybe
interesting.
You weren't paying attention as much.
I don't know. Maybe I'll have to rewatch it. We'll see. I don't know. Some of those movies that they be doing, like that one on Netflix about I don't know. Do you remember this one movie where it was about time travel? The guy invented time travel, and he every time he dies, it resets, and he's got his like girlfriend who's not his girlfriend, who ends up being his girlfriend.
Oh, you mean Palm Springs?
No. It's a Netflix. You talking about the name of the show?
Well, there's one on Hulu.
Time travel. It's called. Here it is. It is called.
How are you doing, Captain?
The name.
Good. How are you?
Boring.
ARQ. ARQ.
Setting up your stream for 12 hours after you wanted it.
That's called.
No, I just hit the wrong button for AM and PM. That's all.
Yeah, I know.
Is Cobra Kai on Netflix? I thought it was only on YouTube.
No, it moved to Netflix.
All the seasons or not? Because I haven't seen any of it yet, and I've heard nothing but good things.
Yeah, same here.
I know all the seasons are available on Netflix, but I still think that some of them are available on YouTube, but only for seasons 1 and 2.
Hey, sweetheart, you got Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Oh, getting a phone call.
Oh, maybe we can. Have you seen all the Karate Kid movies?
I've seen like 2.
Oh, maybe we can. If you want to hang out today, if you want me, we'll watch the Karate Kid movies, and then we can start watching Cobra Kai.
Going to Quinn's.
Oh, so you don't want to hang out with your dad? You want to hang out with your friend?
Yes.
Okay, I can't blame you, but from what I hear, Cobra Kai is an awesome series. So,
and Mr. Miles is saying it's Cobra Kai is all on Netflix except for the Karate Kid movies itself.
That is
and
funny.
In the house. Oh, we have the illustrious Bird of Prey. How you doing, man?
Hello, world. It's Bird of Prey 5. You don't need to rewatch the Karate Kid movies. They show you what you need to know.
Bird, no, you need to redo that intro because that one was just pathetic.
I'm sorry, Captain. I just got some bad news.
Oh, damn.
A coworker and a kid of a coworker I found out passed away in the last week and then months before that. And granted,
I'm
they
sorry,
weren't
man.
people I was closest with, but I was shocked to hell to find out all this had happened.
Yeah, I found out last night that my girlfriend's cousin got COVID, and he's been bedridden ever since, and it's been like 2 weeks.
Damn.
He can't even get enough breath to go to the bathroom on his own right now. It's kind of sad. Yeah, Mr. Miles, I would prefer watching the movies again before I saw the series, just to keep them fresh in my mind.
No, seriously, you don't.
I'm not
need
saying
to,
you can't
but-
watch the movie. I'm just saying it's not absolutely necessary.
Right.
If it was the difference between watching the show or making Caddy watch 2 movies she doesn't want to watch, I'd say just start watching the show.
Yeah.
I think you mean 4 movies, right?
No, it's only based on the first 2.
No.
Yes.
You mean the second or the first and the third?
The first and the second.
Really? So they don't even mention the third one?
Why would they?
Because it still had Danielson in it?
Well, if they do, they haven't mentioned it yet. I mean,
Yeah.
really, they didn't mention any of the second movie until this 3rd season. So,
You mean, well,
Who
you know, the
knows?
second movie is the one where they went to Japan, right?
yes,
And we have
I do.
Yay.
Hello.
So, the
We have
Japan
a
movie
We have
ties
full-cast
into
characters.
season 3.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so maybe 3's coming because Cobra Kai was in 3.
Yeah.
So maybe they're doing
Season
it like
3 is, though.
Oliver, like the Arrow, where we're not going to
Yeah.
get it until the next season.
The third Karate Kid movie is the one that had the Steven Seagal knockoff.
Yeah. Yeah, it's coming
I
back.
don't
to me now.
remember that. I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, they might be. If they're just mentioning 2 in season 3, then maybe they're not going to do 3 until later, which would be okay. I'm fine with that.
So how's your
Arrow, you-
2021 so far treating you, Commodore?
Pardon?
I said, how's
How's the new
2021 treating you so far?
Same as 2020 so far.
Yeah.
Hi,
Everything
Ty.
in lockdown and no currently have not working.
Caught your Black Widow review last night. The one you uploaded last night. Yep.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I've been wanting to do that for a while, but now we'll get all these videos I've been planning up.
Well, Mr. Miles is saying that the 4th and 5th season will tie into the 3rd movie and possibly next Karate Kid. And I don't know. I'm weird because I actually enjoyed the 4th Karate
That
Kid
is
movie.
a very bad sign.
Yeah. And the next Karate Kid needs.
To be honest, the fact that they're even
bye-bye.
planning 5 seasons now worries me.
How many seasons?
According to Mr. Miles, they're planning the 4th and 5th season, which
Can we at
would
least
mean
get through
2
the
more
third season
seasons.
first?
The 3rd season came out.
So, not including Caddy, because I'm sure she hasn't even seen it, but who here actually enjoyed the next Karate Kid? Because I actually did.
I'm not sure I've seen it.
Sorry, where's the time go? It feels like I just got here. Wow, that was fun. How did I get here? Anywho,
Didn't see it, didn't want to.
you actually enjoyed the next Karate Kid.
Yeah. And
Okay.
Mr. Miles says he enjoyed it too.
Okay, what did you enjoy about it? I have not seen it, so
Mr. Miyagi is pretty much the only thing I could be okay with.
It was the fact that it was not Daniel's son, because he was kind of annoying at times.
That was the
Danielson.
point. He wasn't supposed to be like the kid from E.T. or Wesley Crusher.
But
Wasn't that the point? He was supposed to be partially like.
well, also I think it also humanized Mr. Miyagi even further because he got to step into the grandfather role. Like, you know, in the original Karate Kid movies, he was more of the father role. He wasn't really the grandfather. Daniel was a replacement for his deceased kid for the most part.
Right.
In the next Karate Kid, Mr. Miyagi is more of the grandfather role. And I like that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Mr. Wiles is right. We also didn't have to wonder who is Daniel's new girlfriend in the next Karate Kid.
Well, that's okay. Yeah, that I would agree there.
Actually, I still kind of wondered. Where is he? Who is he dating? What's going on?
Yeah, he really could not keep to one woman, could he? Or keep one woman.
So he's a player.
Exactly.
Well, the one wrecked his car. Or the other one, I don't know what happened to her. So yeah.
He was the karate Wesley Crusher. That's
Yeah.
Shut up, Wes.
Wasn't even close to being a Wesley Crusher. I mean, when I say Wesley Crusher, I mean the young guy who I don't know how to explain it. It was Wesley Crusher, like
see
the actor who wish he could. I mean,
okay, let's face it though. If I was in high school, I would have beat up Daniel.
Well, no shit.
I mean, he was an annoying little brat who thought he was better than everyone else. So yeah, granted, I may not have beat him up just because he was trying to be a karate person, but yeah, I would have definitely kicked his ass. And yeah, I do think I'd enjoy it. I don't have Netflix myself. Caddy has it and Mrs. Vile has it, but I unfortunately went to Hulu instead.
all right. What part of Karate Kid 1 made you feel like he thought he knew it all?
He whined all the time. He wanted to go back to
whining is not, but whining isn't know it all. You're a whiner, but and I'm sorry, I take a little because people say the same thing about me that they think I know it all when I'm literally saying no, I don't. He didn't come off as a know-it-all whatsoever. Yeah,
no,
he was a little whiny.
He came off as
was
a dumbass, a whiny dumbass. Then how about that?
Okay, that works. I just want to be clear, man. You say know-it-all. I'm like, I don't really agree with that bit, but yeah, he was whiny. He was a little arrogant, maybe. A little bit, or I'm sorry, not arrogant. What's the word I'm looking for?
I think Mr. Miles
arrogant
has
and ignorant.
Cocky shit.
Cocky shit. Yeah, but you know how many people are cocky shit? A lot of people have their version of cocky shit. Everyone got a little cock. Okay, wow, I'm not finishing that statement. Be right back.
Good job.
Wow.
Good job catching it before you said it this time.
Woo.
Yeah. LDG, I'm pretty sure
close.
I've got a cocky shit on my panel right now.
Well, we got to have a host.
Exactly.
Okay, 2.
To be honest, I think that number is like close to 3.
Are you saying the real star of this show is cocky? Arrogant?
Yeah, Mr. Miles
Oh.
says he was a cocky shit at 16 too, but I was a
I think
cocky
we were
shit
all
at
like-
16, but I also could back it up by the fact that, I was a varsity football player, varsity wrestling. I
I think everyone was a bit of a cocky shit when they were a teenager.
Oh, dude, you and I definitely would not be friends in high school.
What, me and you, LDG?
Yeah, if you were a varsity football player and all that crap, then you and I definitely would have thrown down, I think. Unless you were
Well,
cool.
LDG, get this.
I don't know how cool you were back then, but
Okay, LDG, I was as I said, I was a sports person, but I also was in the chess club, the drama club, the marching band. I
Okay,
helped out with the school
Well, jack of
choir.
all trades almost.
okay, so did you or did you not make fun of nerds?
I was a nerd.
Okay, good. Then you and I would have been
I
best
was-
friends then.
LDG, I was a founding member of the anime club in high school. We did our own fan dubs.
Okay. All right. You were one of those. Awesome. Then you and I would have been
I was
very
one of those
interesting
people where
friends. Most of my time in the
everyone knew
middle
me in
shop.
high school, but no one liked me, if that made sense.
Yeah.
I could
I
go.
hear you.
I just spent most of my time.
And I was the one nerd that actually hung out in the football freaking weight room. Yeah, I hear you.
That was me.
Benching more than the starting line. But yeah.
And as Mr. Miles says, he was in karate in high school. I was also in karate in high school.
Crap. Jaloja, you're right back.
I don't know. Usually, if she's quiet, that just means she's plotting something.
Isn't that always?
I'm cleaning actually, so I'm not always near my phone.
Ah. I don't know if I was a Renaissance man. I think Glover said it earlier about jack of all trades. That was what I was. Well, the year I made the varsity team, we made it to CIF. So we went 14 wins and 0 losses by the time we actually did lose.
Wow.
Wow. That's a good win chips.
But yeah, I was O-line and D-line, and I was also the second string center. So
So when you did lose, how much did you lose by?
I think it was like 8 points total.
Wow.
It was one touch. We just screwed up. We were in field goal range to win, and then turnover and
Interception.
touchdown.
Fumble.
Yeah. Our starting quarterback injured himself, and we were on the second string quarterback. So that's what. And he freaking injured his arm while BMX biking.
Idiot.
But the only reason I lettered in wrestling was because I was so huge at the time that there was only like 4 people in my weight class in the entire district.
Yeah.
And one of them was a chick.
Ooh.
And no one wanted to wrestle her.
And why is
The
that?
last thing you want to do is have your man parts manhandled by a 400
By a
pound chick
chick.
who can lift you up over her head. And yeah, she was not afraid to go for your testicles.
No, why should
One
why
of
should she
those.
be? She's gonna be in a kick-ass sport. Why not?
Yeah, one of the other guys on our team that was in my weight class, she like one of the things you're allowed to do is grab them by their uniform, right?
Right.
She grabbed him by the front of his uniform, just above his crotch, and lifted him up. And I don't mean just lifted him a couple inches off the ground. I mean she lifted him about 3 feet off the ground. He was so stunned, she just threw him out of the ring. So after that, I was like, I forfeit.
Yeah.
I guess Scotty had to go, so I'll talk to you later, sweetheart. If you're still listening. So did any of you guys play any sports in high school?
Not I, but I did have the football coach try to convince me to.
I had people begging me on the street to play football, but no. A, I was probably no good at it. B, I was afraid I'd get hurt and wind up in a wheelchair.
Mr. Miles says, I played football for about a week. F that. Yeah, I wasn't very fast. I wasn't very strong, but I was, 300 pounds, 6'2". It was hard for people to move me. That's why I was O-line and D-line. I just stopped people from moving. That was my entire job.
Yep.
I remember one game, the combined weight of our O-line was over 1,000 pounds. Between me and the other 4 guys, and we were able to stop their entire defense from doing anything. And it was just like we had our running backs being able to just walk past them because we would just stop them no matter what.
I'm back. What'd I miss? What's the topic?
Yep, same here. Oh, I was just saying who here was in sports in high school.
No sports more than I just like lifting weights. That's the only thing that was close to sports.
Was any of you guys in any clubs in high school?
Chess club, math club.
Chess club, and it wasn't really a club, but an extra class. It was band.
Let's see here.
School's band.
Choir, mixed chorus. Was going to join the photography club, but it disbanded that year, so I didn't. And it was back the next year, and I just said, eh.
Sorry, guys, I clicked the wrong button.
No worries.
You were
What
going?
about you, Bird?
Carpal
Not a
tunnel is
one.
driving me crazy.
I ran
Nothing,
I ran for a senator of my class one year. But
I was
that
so
like
gonna
the
say
class
that.
prep?
I so was gonna say you strike me as the guy who ran for class president or something like that. Like totally. Or even the newspaper editor.
My freshman year, so I ran for sophomore
What forgot about
senator,
that?
and I lost.
We had the same thing at our school.
To a Saudi woman, student, who dressed in full hijab.
Really?
Yeah.
That
We're a
was an
very
interesting
diverse school.
Yeah, Richie's right. Judging by the amount of people here that were in the chess club, we should do a chess tournament live stream.
I'm down. I already got the program. I did a couple streams of it too.
I haven't played actual chess against anything other than a computer in years.
Oh, you and I should play, man. I would love to play you in chess. Let me know.
I
love
firmly believe
chess.
you'd kick my ass, LDG.
I love chess.
I wouldn't stand a chance.
I was in the club, but I never bothered remembering all the little like,
like
oh, this
over
is the
10 years.
Tchaikovsky maneuver or stuff, stuff like that.
I was never a fan of the. I mean, you had the certain maneuvers, but chess is all about. It isn't just about that. Knowing the maneuvers, there is some strategic strategy in it.
I just
You
find
didn't
that
win just
comment by
because you
Mr.
did a
Miles
maneuver.
funny.
Yeah, I think we've discovered the Kurogan salute is giving your subordinate a wedgie. Yeah, I think I tried to teach Caddy how to play chess a long time ago, but it was not gonna work.
I enjoyed
Although-
Math Club. Math Club was pretty cool. I can't remember what we called ourselves. There was a name for it.
Mathlete.
Were you a mathlete?
I don't think it was called Mathlete. It was something else. There was a name for it. I guess there was some kind of organization that had to do with and it was like statewide kind of thing. And we used to have competitions, and you have those like, if a train comes from here and there, and all these little trick math questions you'd have to work out and whatnot, and you get ranked and all that fun stuff. I actually won one competition.
Sorry, I'm enjoying Mr. Miles's comment because I'm very similar. Excuse me, to him. I used to think I was good at chess, and yeah, back in the days of chess club, I thought I was good at chess too. Until afterwards, I started playing people that actually knew what the hell they were doing, and they'd whoop me.
Yep.
They wiped the floor with me.
Yeah,
Yep.
I just saw his next comment. Yeah, it's the same thing. I could beat almost all my friends and family, so I thought I was good. Go to a single tournament, get his ass handed to him. That was me too.
Sounds like me. So I moved to poker when I got out of high school.
Oh,
Yeah.
Poker was good too.
I used to. We had a bunch of Indian casinos, or we still have a bunch of Indian casinos here, and as long as you were 18, you were allowed to gamble. But of course, they didn't bother checking IDs, so I was going up at age 16, going up to play blackjack almost every weekend at some weeks.
How was up here with Canada?
Sure
some of them
enough that they check IDs. Sorry.
Well, some of the stuff up here in Canada, they were having like poker leagues, like at various bars. You didn't bet money, but you could win chances to get into actual tournaments where you could win money.
Yeah, I don't think that people would actually like that, Mr. Miles.
No. Do we want to see us play strip poker?
Why not?
Hell,
Yeah,
no.
especially since the only female
use icons.
The only female that is even close to that's on my channel regularly is my daughter, or my teenage daughter, and her friend. So no.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, definitely
The
not.
5 of us are not on camera. Take the hint.
Exactly. I haven't been able to. I haven't shaved or gotten a haircut in like 2 months, so I look all scruffy.
Yeah, if we were doing that, there would not be enough eye bleach in the world.
YouTube wouldn't be able to get us down fast enough.
It would literally just be I fold.
Yeah.
Well, actually, not the way we play. If you fold 3 times in a row, you automatically lose a piece of clothes.
Strip poker at Hooter.
That's how we fix that problem.
Would it be with the servers at Hooters, or would it be just still us at Hooters? Can you clarify that? Because strip poker with Hooters girls, good. Strip poker at Hooters, totally different.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, what I would do if we were to do strip poker at a Hooters, we wouldn't actually do strip poker, but the first person who loses and runs out of money has to dress in a Hooters outfit.
There you go.
Oh boy.
That works.
And you gotta think about with their bravado, either Bird or LDG would be with the first people to lose.
Yes, Mr. Miles. I said it multiple times. I am a Canadian.
Yeah, it's also the reason you haven't got your thing yet. I'm gonna end up going to FedEx to get it to you.
I used to waiting
Stanley.
months for stuff. I would order something in February. It wouldn't come until August.
But
Reminds me, I
yeah,
still got to do the watch party for the DVD you sent me.
no worries.
I can't wait to see the extended part of this. I never thought they had an extended. I want to see the extra footage.
You know, if you actually had your camera normal, we could have seen what was that DVD was.
Like, seriously? Can't
Yeah,
see that?
why do you invert the colors on your camera? It looks stupid.
Yeah,
That
Dark
looks
Atlantis.
stupid. It doesn't look stupid. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
it does.
You know what? That's
The
your opinion's
spinning
fine.
is less
Right now, you
irritating
look like that
than the
old-
color.
LDG, you look like that old crazy man who drinks colloidal silver all the time and is turned blue.
Yeah, right. Well, that's what I'm saying because I can.
Looks
I
more
can do
purple
cool
to
stuff
me.
Like,
You look like a fucking Smurf.
it's an effect. Listen, in order, because everybody who does a green screen, first I want to do something different. I always like to do something
Okay,
different.
that would be
Second,
good.
I like
Each of
how
you
it makes
guys
my eyes
playing
look
poker
good.
would have a Hooters girl represent us, so they would strip and we would play the poker.
That I would also do, except for the fact that I think we'd all intentionally lose at that point. I got a pair of
If there's money involved, I think we could. I don't think you would want to lose on purpose, but hey, you'd still get a good.
Sorry, I didn't catch that. What'd you say?
If there was money involved, I don't think we would lose on purpose. But either way, we get a good show.
Exactly.
There we go, Mr. Manhattan, Dr. Manhattan.
More like Papa Smurf.
Does anyone remember that Anti-Trek and Life
Yeah.
of Matthew still have to do their hot sauces?
Yeah, no, they don't. 'Cause they're
won't.
not going to do it. They're not going to do it. Okay,
doing it
sorry, I'm done.
anymore.
I gave up on that.
Oh, they
I
gave
gave
up.
up on it. They're not. I gave up on caring about it.
Uh,
We were told they were going to be doing
because
the
they were
12
only
hot
at
sauce
like
and the freaking
7 or
bunny.
8. They were only at
Yeah.
7 or 8 pansies.
Yeah, and after the hell I put myself through, I was hoping to see them, or at least Anti-Trekker and Life of Matthews could take a pass, but
Yeah,
no, I
speaking
don't
of
think
that,
it's happening.
how's your asshole treating you?
It was fine. Pissing number 1 hurt more than number 2.
Really?
Yeah, like it burnt coming out. Yeah, number 2, no problem.
Are you sure
It was just that.
I figured
Yeah.
because my favorite bit of trivia to tell people who do that kind of thing is the fact that you actually have capsaicin receptors in your colon.
Oh,
Well,
So
you have
you're actually
capsaicin
tasting
receptors
spice
everywhere.
coming out.
Your
No,
whole body
you only
has
have them-
capsaicin.
You only have them in 2 locations in your body, in your mouth and in your colon.
But that's not what I'm reading here. That they're mainly found in those two areas, but you have them all over the place.
Okay, but that's basically what I'm saying is you're not, if you get capsaicin on your hand, you're not necessarily going to taste it.
Or feel
You
it.
put anything
Like,
on your
you'll know
hand, you're
it's
not going
there,
to taste
but-
it. What the hell is that supposed to mean?
Well, because the taste of spice that you're feeling when you eat a pepper comes from the capsaicin receptors in your mouth.
Yeah, you have two things. You have what's actually called taste, and then you have the capsaicin. That's two things. The heat
No.
is not the taste. I looked this up. Your taste buds are not capsaicin receptors. They're taste buds. They're different.
Yeah. Okay. Your taste buds are just a collection of different receptors, including capsaicin receptors.
Yes.
So you're in your mouth, your taste buds, the capsaicin receptors still qualify as being part of your taste buds.
Okay, but if you remove them completely, you still can taste food.
Yes, but you wouldn't be able to taste the
Yes.
heat.
The heat isn't a taste. The heat is your brain telling you to puke. That's the pain receptor in your brain,
But you get it. You get that feeling from the capsaicin receptors on your taste buds, but you
Yes,
also have
which
in
you-
your rectum.
and which you also
the
have
joke.
all over your body. I'm sorry. I looked this up. If I'm wrong, then give me a link and I'll say, shit, my bad. I'm wrong. I'll be the first person to say it. But from what I'm reading, you have them all. Like, I could feel it in my veins. I could feel it in that one important vein that exits all liquid out of your body. I felt it just as bad.
That's not a vein, by the way.
Well,
Yeah,
you know what I mean. The exit hole.
The urethra.
I felt it. I could feel my veins in the back of my head when I did that hot sauce challenge. I felt it going through my entire body.
Yeah, that would probably be because your brain is telling you that, it's increasing your blood circulation because of it, because it thinks that a certain part of your body is on fire.
No. I
It's
didn't
also
just
your brain
feel
telling
like
you
the
what
blood.
the fuck did you just eat?
No. I felt my veins literally starting to go numb, like especially the ones in my neck area here, like right here in the back of my head. I literally felt numbness, like pain.
All right.
I don't know how to explain it.
To see if I can clarify for Richie, you don't have taste buds in your butt. What it is on your taste buds in your mouth, you have certain things called capsaicin receptors. And those receptors are primarily found in two locations on the human body, on the tongue and in the colon. In other words, your butthole. So,
Yeah, that's how
you have those
placebos
receptors in
work.
those two locations, technically, when you shit out spicy food, you are technically tasting it again.
Best not to think too much about it.
I think there's a whole bunch more elsewhere I think the mouth and the colon have even more.
Well, your tongue actually goes all the way down your throat, so right, your tongue actually goes all the way down, right? Doesn't it?
I don't know. I don't
Your
remember that.
tongue right now would be like a long.
anatomy.
It's not. It doesn't like stop here. Just when you swallow, you're swallowing all the way down. Your tongue's actually
Lower colon,
feel it.
Mr. Miles. That's what I'm referring to.
All right, for those
Now
of
that
you who are
Now that we've completely and utterly talked this joke into the ground.
Yep.
What else should we
are you
talk about?
happy now? Good. We're good now. Yeah. Can you see it now? Okay.
Yeah.
Except it's all sepia toned.
Listen, okay. If I put
Better
my
that than the
actual,
other.
I don't
Better
like
that than
this.
Papa Smurf.
I don't look good like this. I don't think. I think people don't react. You like this? Does this look fine for you?
Looks fine to
normal.
me.
That and you can see the green. That's what really got this. The original thought was the fact that you're still seeing green. Really annoying.
Yeah.
The
Just
only
looks
way
like
to
there's a light
eliminate
on
that
it.
is to filter it. No, I can actually see in certain reflections. I can actually still see green. And then I've added a secondary thing to throw me off, a little mini shadow.
Probably the makeup you put on.
Well, I don't use the green makeup.
Well, that's what happens in
nothing?
general nerd chat, Richie.
That's what Nerd Chat's about, man. We talk about the stuff.
Exactly, man.
Get up here and add to it if you want.
Wow. Have you
I
been
would
working on those
love to
categories
see that.
for Jeff Nerdy?
This is just every other week getting online just to chat and do whatever. Where I don't have to play a game. I can
What's
just
next
sit back
week, by
and
the
smoke
way?
a cigar, and cigarette, and some coffee.
What's the next Chip Nerdy, by the way?
Oh,
All
it's the all category one for Caddy's birthday.
Oh,
Oh.
hell.
All category?
Oh, hell
Yep.
no.
Was every single column just going to be random, like random question?
No, she'll have
It's all
might get,
subjects
like,
that she
Yu-Gi-Oh!
will enjoy.
So like Yu-Gi-Oh!
All right, so-
and like Japanese anime
Yeah,
and
so
all
Brony
that
Life
stuff.
and gotcha. Mega Man. All right, select Mega Man.
No, it'll be more like Breath of the Wild, Bonnie and Clyde, other musicals she likes, My Little Ponies.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
Mr. Mouse says expect anime, so yeah, there's probably going to be
anime.
Dragon
a
Ball.
fairy tale
Dragon
category. Oh, she doesn't like Dragon Ball.
Ball.
She likes Sailor Moon, Fairy Tale, My Hero Academia.
Stop. Ow!
So expect who's ever playing to have the lowest scores possible.
You will have to
I think we're going to be probably minus 400
You gotta-
points.
You got to
Well, here's the
slow
thing.
down when you throw that much at me. You got to slow it. Too much at once burns right through my brain. Saying all those repetitively.
Inuyasha would definitely probably be on there because she loves
Inuyasha's
Inuyasha.
good. I love Inuyasha. Hell yeah.
No, instead of doing season 2 of Voltron, after we finish up this first season of Voltron, she wants to go to the Inuyasha sequel series.
Nice.
I'm probably mispronouncing it, but it's like Yashahime or something like that.
Yeah. Cool. What about
then you
Bleach?
can
She
just say,
strikes me as a
we'll do
Bleach
season
fan.
2 of the original series.
Give me
Sorry,
some
say that
Bleach,
again?
Give me some Inuyasha.
Okay, so she's making you do another anime review. Okay? Season 2 of TOS is confirmed.
No, we were going to continue
Oh, come on.
TOS until she's out of high school. So hopefully we'll get through season 2 of TOS by then.
She
But now
has
that
to
I'm gonna
see
make-
season 3.
Now that I'm going to make Mr. Miles edit all the TOS episodes, they might come out on a regular time period again.
Well, if we can figure something out, I can help you edit those too.
That would be much appreciated, probably.
All right. Let's see here. Prometheus, do I have a
Yeah, like,
chance
use,
in
like,
living hell?
Google.
Do I have a living
But-
chance in hell of winning next week's Yep Nerdy? Yes. All right. That works. Rock and roll. Good stuff.
Okay, I have a
Sorry.
question.
Whenever you talk about that, I always think about the CinemaSins joke they make about the Prometheus school of running away from things.
I'm not clear of that one.
Okay, I have a question.
Have you seen some of my videos, Mr. Miles?
I want proof of the answer, though.
Say what? So what, Captain Chuck?
I have a question for Prometheus.
Okay.
Is LDG full of shit?
Don't count on it. There you go. Batting 1,000. I'm telling you, man, it's been batting 1,000.
How about this, LDG? Can you ask Prometheus, is LDG going to come out the closet this year?
I was going to ask in the same vein, but yeah.
Next question.
Okay. Prometheus, is LDG gay?
I've already come out of the closet. You guys know my sexual preference, okay?
I've already, honestly, I don't know. I don't really care. I just wanted to see that look on your face because it was funny as hell.
Okay.
Okay, we know you like fat women, so what?
Hey,
wow!
Don't knock the fat women.
I didn't.
Exactly.
Mrs. Lyle happens to be a fat woman, and I love her.
I'm not.
The bird fall asleep because he's been awful quiet.
He needs to sleep for the.
I'm not asleep. I'm just listening.
And he's working. He's probably working on his stream, so don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I think I can keep up with you,
I
Mr. Miles.
was getting my stream set up as well.
Well, Ty, what you can do is tomorrow when I upload the next video, you can take a look at it and see what you could do.
Hey guys, hey Vile Mike, I need to step away for a moment. I have someone who needs my assistance. I will be back.
All right, have fun.
Thank you, everyone. Take care. Love you.
So, what video is being uploaded tomorrow?
It's a short review for TOS, the Court Martial, and Return of the Archons, whatever it is.
Okay. Yeah, I've been looking forward to that one.
He's got Twitter. I don't know if he's got Skype.
I can download Skype.
Yeah, I usually message him on Skype only because it's easier to transfer files that way. Twitter kind of sucks for that.
Twitter sucks unless you want to get little quick messages out.
Yeah.
But like, you can always upload it to like Google Drive, and I can send me the link. I can see if I can access it from there or something.
But yeah, as soon as I finish up with the last finishing touches on the Voltron video, I'm gonna start editing down the audio for the Space Seed episode.
Cool.
I got some ideas for that one.
That one's gonna be fun because it ended up being an hour-long record for an episode that shouldn't be more than 20 minutes long.
Well, because we had many stops and catty laughing attacks in there.
Well, it's also the Space Seed episode is going to be the first one where I have two guests on at the same time.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be fun to I re-listened to it like once, and I was just like, oh god, we kept talking about inane stuff all the time. I'm going to be cutting out like 5-minute blocks.
Like, you kept on calling her McGivers, and it's MacGyvers. They actually have that joke in the episode.
I know, and it's funny. Because I kept looking at, because when I'm working on the episode, I look up like the tropes of the episode. I look up the trivia about the episode. And if you look at the way her name is spelled, it looks like McGivers.
Yeah, it's spelled McGivers, but it's pronounced MacGyver. It's weird.
I know. Yeah.
But
yeah, that's him, Mr. Miles.
Yep, that's me.
No, we didn't mention Chekhov because he's not in the episode.
But it plays a big role in Wrath of Khan. Hence why I say the easiest solution they could have done to fix all that continuity error, just replace Sulu and Chekhov. Switch positions. It wouldn't affect any other movie. It wouldn't have done anything else. But it would have been. We wouldn't be talking about it almost, 40 years later.
Plus, it makes sense because Sulu's the one that ends up being a captain later on. So
Yeah.
it would have made more sense for him to be first officer instead of Chekhov.
Yeah, and Chekhov is just as capable of a pilot as Sulu. They even say that in the next original series episode.
I don't remember that, so
The Ultimate Computer, where M5 does the basic course correction, and Kirk says, well, Mr. Chekhov or Mr. Sulu could have done that with their eyes closed.
I think Sulu was in Space Seed.
Sulu had to be in Space Seed.
Oh
I'm gonna
God,
look that up
that
right
makes me
now.
feel bad. I just watched the episode not more than a couple of weeks ago, and now I can't remember.
I'm checking it right now.
Like, quick, go to Memory Alpha. Let's verify.
Huh. Actually, I prefer IMDb.
Holy crap, he's right. According to Memory Alpha, George Takei Sulu does not appear in this episode. Neither does
Sulu's not in it
Walter
either?
Koenig.
Nope.
Oh,
William
man.
Shatner, Leonard Nimoy,
But
Ricardo
there goes my
Montalban,
plan.
DeForest Kelly, Scotty.
But at least it would have been Sulu was established at that point, where Chekhov wasn't.
Nichols.
True.
Could have just said, "Oh, Sulu was not on shift," or something, or he's in the arboretum. But we would have known that Sulu was there, whereas Chekhov, we knew as fans that he didn't appear until season 2.
We'd have a legitimate reason to say, well, it didn't happen on screen, but since he was there,
I could have sworn Sulu was in that episode, but I guess it was one of the few season 1 episodes where George Takei wasn't available.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm now stuck reading the trivia because I never went to Memory Alpha for the trivia here. And he goes, in this episode, Spock is shown using the Vulcan nerve bench in sickbay on one of Khan's augments. When Spock tries using the same technique on Khan in Into Darkness, however, it doesn't work.
Because Into Darkness was written by a bunch of monkeys that know nothing about Star Trek.
Into Darkness is one of my most hated Star Trek movies. At the time, I didn't think it was that bad, but on subsequent viewings, I kept hating it more and more the more I watched.
I hated it from day one. I've seen since I watched it. I hated it. And when they reversed the roles of the epic death scene, I lost it. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you that pathetic in writing? You can't even write your own decent death scene.
Oh, and Richie is trying to justify Chekhov was on the ship. He was in Catspaw, which the star date precedes Space Seed. But remember,
Yes, it does.
Richie,
So
when I
if
do
you
the
go by,
reviews,
Stardate's
we're watching
looking
it in release order.
Yeah. So, yes, that does make sense, but like, just something about it just doesn't. Like, yes, if you go by star dates, because the star dates in the original series were all over the place. It wasn't
Yeah.
until like late season 1 of the Next Generation when they actually started paying attention to the star dates.
Well,
Or even season
Richie,
2 of Next Generation.
when we're doing the reviews, we're doing it in air date order, not production order or star date order.
If you did it in Stardate order, dear God, it would be like gibberish.
Well, plus a good portion of the episodes don't have a star date, so
Yeah, like Mirror Mirror does not have a Stardate.
yeah, Mr. Miles, you're
Stardate
right, especially in
unknown.
the early episodes, which is why we pointed it out each time it happened. But yeah, see, I didn't necessarily hate the first JJ movie. I always considered it more of a reboot than anything else, which I think is why it worked in my head. But the fact that he essentially tried to redo Wrath of Khan with his own twists, it kind of pissed me off because it's like you're taking the best Star Trek movie according to fans, and you think you're going to do better.
On it. No, the original, the 2009 was decent because people were bitching at me. How did they mess with the continuity like that? Why do you think they blew up Vulcan? It's a different timeline because if you kept it the same timeline, that would have been boring because you knew exactly what was going to happen. By them
I'm sorry. I have to
changing
disagree.
the timeline and putting it into something different,
it's
wide open.
I found 2009 utterly crap. Be nice today, but I find it utter crap. I don't know why the technology would be that far advanced in another timeline. There's no way.
Well, if you're talking again, you're talking about if you talk about it as a strict reboot, I don't care about if the technology is different or not. It's like complaining, oh, why aren't they using lasers in the reboot of Battlestar Galactica? And the reason they're doing that is because it's a different show. This is a different continuity entirety. So I don't have a problem with it. My problem with it is the aesthetic.
It was the same people, different. It's like if you ever watched the episode "The Next Generation" Parallels, when Worf is jumping from quantum reality to quantum reality. That's
He's
what
still
I
on
put
the Enterprise.
Timeline thing.
He's still on the Enterprise.
Yeah, they're all still on the Enterprise.
It's not.
But if you watch the that episode, every single episode still happens on the Enterprise, but the technology is different. Like at one moment, Worf knew how to operate the tactical console, and then in another quantum reality, Worf had no idea how to fire the phasers
because it was set up differently.
Yes. Yeah, and they look like more advanced. Like they added more screens and everything.
Oh, to answer Mr. Miles' question, I believe Disney actually owns Firefly right now. So make of that of what you make that of what you will.
Question here. Back in, I think, the early 2000s or late 90s, there was this show on Comedy Network, on the Comedy Central, called Beat the Geeks. Do any of you remember it?
No, I don't think I watched it.
It was a good show. I wish whoever owns the damn copyrights to it will release it, because why are you keeping shows from being broadcast? At least try to get something out of it. Like, sell it to Netflix or Hulu, or someone will probably pick it up to show. It's a great nerdy show. And like they had their three main geeks: the movie geek, the TV geek, and the music geek. And then they always had a special geek, Like it was either a geek that knew everything about Sopranos or Star Trek, Star Wars, Playboy. It was just fun to watch.
Well, show that I think that they should redo, at least reboot, because it's way too long to do a sequel to it. Would be did you guys ever watch Space Cases as you were growing up?
Never heard of it.
Never have either.
It only ran for 2 seasons. It was created by Bill Mumy and Peter David. Peter David is you might know him from he wrote all the Star Trek New Frontier books. He does
yeah.
novelizations for a lot of movies. He did comic books, stuff like that. And
Never heard.
Bill, if you know, if you remember Bill Mumy, he's the guy who played Will Robinson in the original Lost in Space, and he played Lanier in Babylon 5.
Okay. I've heard of Babylon 5, never watched it. I was too busy watching Deep Space Nine.
But Space Cases was a fun little kids show. It had a very young Jewel State, the chick who played Kaylee from Firefly, in it. It also had Walter Emmanuel Jones, the guy that played the original Black Ranger for in Power Rangers.
Which Power Ranger?
He played the original Black Power Ranger in the first season of Mighty Morphin.
Okay. Because I loved watching the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers as a kid.
But it only lasted for 2 seasons. Basically, it's like a very Star Trek-esque show. In fact, George Takei plays a villain in the show. And basically, the premise is a strange spaceship visits a school and bonds with. It's like a living ship, similar to like Moya from Firefly or from Farscape. And only the kids are able to pilot it. And it's 5 kids and 2 of their teachers.
Okay.
And
so it sounds like premise of Star Trek Prodigy almost right now.
Kind of like a combination of Prodigy and Voyager. Because they get lost and they try to get back to their home area.
Honestly, Star Trek Prodigy is sounding like a remake of that show almost. Because you're going to have a group of like teens. There's a derelict starship, and guess who's going to be making an appearance in that show? Janeway.
Yeah, I heard that. It might even be that they might reuse some of the scripts because Nickelodeon is the one who made Space Cases, so they have all the rights to it.
Yeah, I think that's what they're going to do. I think they're going to try to remake the show as Star Trek Prodigy.
Well, in that case, I might enjoy it more because, I'm looking forward to it.
I like more you're talking about. Maybe not the organic ship. They might not have the organic ship in there, but everything but the organic ship. It sounds like Star Trek Prodigy to me.
And I kind of have to disagree with you, Mr. Miles. I don't think Chekhov plays a bad guy in Babylon 5. I think he plays a misunderstood anti-hero character. I wouldn't say Bester was a bad guy. He was just an antagonist. And Richie's still on the Stardate order. Oh no, we lost Captain Trek.
Captain Trek. Oh no. Oh no. Oh yeah. Where's that from, people?
Yeah, I'll have to rewatch that episode. It's been a while since I've watched B5, but I think Bester, he cares more about his people than he cares about other people. So, and let's face it, they did really humanize his character as his character went on. And I don't know if you've ever read them, but they actually had a Psychor trilogy that basically showed you his history growing up in the Psychor set of novels. I might even still have them on the store because I've read them and then I put them on the store, but I don't know if they sold already or not. I think you could argue that he was kind of a Section 31 type, but Psychor was, Black Ops, so very similar. But everyone knew about it, Psychor.
Okay. I know you're doing a 90s themed Jep Nerdy soon enough, like in March or something.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a couple of shows I remember that were helped created in Canada that you might be interested in. Like, the original Transformers?
You mean Beast
like
Wars?
G1? Yeah. That was a good show.
Yeah, I might
That was
throw in some Beast Wars.
that was created up here in Canada by the same people that created Reboot and
I
Shadow
know.
Raiders.
I know.
Yeah, it's
Mainframe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
Scorpius is definitely one of my favorite antagonists
Scorpius.
as well. Sorry for interrupting you, Ty, but yeah.
No.
Not right now, Richie. I usually wait till I get the whole set before I put it on again. I've got 3 seasons right now. I don't remember which ones I've got. Yeah, Germ is right. Bester basically saw non-telepaths as tools or hindrances. That's about it. Because, telepaths were like supposed to be the next, evolution of human beings or something like that. Bester, you could kind of argue, is very similar to Magneto in a way. Willing to do what he needs to do to protect his people.
Cool.
But that's another show we could easily do is Babylon 5. Do a Babylon 5 Jeopardy.
Oh, no. I mean,
But I don't know how
I
many
would
people
have to watch
are
this.
big of fans.
Yeah.
Plus, I think I have to do another Stargate one because that one's by far my most popular one when I did Stargate. To this day, it has the most views out of any Jeopardy I've done.
Yeah. I was watching some of the earlier ones you did, and like some of the questions, I was like, "Oh, come on, people! You don't know that one."
Ty, that's how I feel about almost all the questions.
Well, because you're the one writing them.
Well, not the reason the first couple of games I didn't even look up the answers. They were all questions I knew the answers to.
And then I watched your Halloween horror show one, and I'm like, these people don't know shit. Because like some of them like for one category, how they died, it's like where no one got the sleeping bag one. I'm like, oh, come on. Like,
especially since that was one Jason. I think we talked about.
They actually reenacted. They put that in 2 Jason films, and actually, if the ends like the movie critic, like the people that did the ratings didn't cut it down, you would have saw him swing that sleeping bag multiple times against the tree, and then blood gush out.
Yeah, I think it's kind of funny about what stuff was allowed back then and what stuff was forcibly cut. I remember watching a review of an old horror movie. I want to say it was like oh god, I think it was like Final Term or Term Paper or something like that. And uh, the very end, the bad guy is stabbed 17 times by the protagonist, and they ended up having to cut it down to like 6 stabs because apparently 6 stabs are okay, but 17, that's just gratuitous.
Way too many. Um, also, with the state of horror films now, like I appreciate the older ones because they at least try to psychologically scare you instead of just flashing a whole bunch of blood and guts and gore on the screen. That's why I feel like the newer movie, it's more like disgusting to watch than scary to watch.
All right, Mr. Miles has been posting some stuff. MGM is actually going up for sale. I know they've been doing really bad, but I didn't realize they were actually going up for sale. And
All of them, yeah. Then who's going to take the casino?
and I think Hulu still has SG1, and I have not heard anything about a new Stargate series being announced. I mean, I've been hearing, Stargate series being announced every single year with nothing actually happening. So I kind of stopped paying attention to that kind of news. So I don't know what you're talking about, Mr. Miles. And as I said, Hulu still has all the Stargate shows. So I don't know what I mean. I'm sure Netflix had Stargate originally as well. They, I don't know. I don't have Netflix, so I can't say anything, Richie. But when I watched it on Hulu, it looked fine.
I guess Hulu is just a U.S. only because we don't get Hulu up here.
Well, Hulu Hulu had a primary stake owned by Fox, and then when Fox was bought by Disney, now Hulu is attached to Disney Plus a little bit. So, like, if you get
Even then, I still can't get it up here. Up here in Canada, we can't get they won't give me the option to pick up Hulu on my Disney Plus.
Yeah, the only reason I have Hulu is because I signed up back when it was $1 a month. So I figured, what the hell? Now they keep trying to send me the little thing saying, "Oh, if you combine with Disney Plus, it'll be like $15.99 a month." And I'm like, I'd rather pay $1 a month and not get Hulu Disney Plus.
Well, I would suggest you try to get Disney Plus. The Mandalorian itself is worth it, and then you got WandaVision coming up in 2 weeks, and a few other good Marvel and Star Wars stuff coming soon.
Okay, Mr. Miles, I think Netflix had Stargate a long time ago, but then it was probably removed because I remember Stargate being everywhere at the time. And, they always try to make money by giving exclusivity contracts for a few years. And I'm going to leave it to you guys to talk for a sec. I got to take a small Geloja break.
Is there any word on the possible name of the new series, Mr. Miles? If they were gonna be working on it in this past year in November, so they must have at least some name. They always do that. I feel like sometimes it's like they'll announce something and they'll always say, "Oh, it's in the works. It's in the works." Just like when it was Freddy versus Jason, we knew about that film for what 10 years before it actually came out because it was in developmental hell.
All right, I'm back, and so is Captain Trek. How you doing, man?
Doing good. How are you?
Welcome back.
So let's see. Yeah, but Brad Wright has said stuff similar, or at least other people have said stuff similar to there being a new series for a long time. So I'm not going to hold my breath about a new Stargate series because MGM has really screwed the pooch on that one. I can't understand why, when they're running out of money the way they've been running out of money, they've got this IP that has, a built-in fan base, kind of like Star Trek, where you could put just about anything out and people are going to watch it no matter if it's good or bad. And they're not doing anything with it.
There's many IPs out there that they're just using it for a cash grab, right? With Star Trek, you got the pathetic excuse of Star Trek Discovery. Star Wars, anything that Kathleen Kennedy gets her hands on is basically throw a hot garbage. And Doctor Who is just, it hurts my brain.
I hear people say stuff like that, but it's not stopping them from watching it. That's the thing. So many people are still watching it.
That's, I think, is the big problem because we're still watching it. If we just say, screw you, you don't care about us, why are we going to watch your product? That's why I'm honestly starting to move my channel towards more of the older stuff, like older shows to review. Like, I hope to review Beast War. Fun fact, it was actually called Beasties up here in Canada because of the censorship. They thought war was not suitable for a kid's show. And a few other, I'm just going through various streaming sites that I have to find other shows
I would be happy
to review.
Ty, I'd be happy to join you on some Beast Wars reviews because I've always loved Beast Wars. I mean,
Yeah, well,
sorry, that Megatron was probably my favorite Megatron out of any of them. He had the most character. Not to mention his little. Go ahead.
Like, I do love that Megatron because that's the Megatron I grew up with. But after watching Transformers G1, I feel like he's a very good successor of the original Megatron.
Oh yeah. Plus his little monologue that he does when he first boards the Ark in season 2 or 3, I can't remember which one it was. I actually performed that monologue in high school in order to get a role when we did our production of Romeo and Juliet, and nobody could tell that it was from a Transformers episode. It was funny as all hell to me. Even though I said Optimus Prime, they were just like, I don't know what he's saying, but it sounds really cool.
Yeah. Hello, Cinnabon Bunny, and hello, Parrot Head. Thank you for joining. And yes, his dragon form was cool, but I gotta go with the old G when he was the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yeah, the big purple dinosaur that could tear Barney to pieces. Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, but nothing
Hey, Cinnabon.
can beat his G1 form when it was a gun. No one has the balls since then to have Megatron transform into a gun since.
Well, let's face it, turning into a gun was kind of dumb. I actually liked his G2 form a lot better, the green and purple tank.
Okay.
But Mr. Miles is still talking about MGM and Netflix, so
As long as it doesn't affect the MGM Grand Casino, I'm good.
I don't know. Last time I went to that casino, it kind of looked kind of shitty.
I like that because the MGM Grant has so many like MGM itself, like for casino wise, has a good conglomerate of casinos there. Hello there, not
And
Ryan
no,
Johnson.
Parrothead, that was not
Bellagio,
Galvatron. Galvatron turned into a cannon, or like a artillery type cannon. G2 Megatron, which is only in the toy, turned into a green and purple tank where the he basically had an oversized cannon on his shoulder as opposed to on his hand.
What was that bird?
Trust me, I know my Transformers.
I was just talking about the other MGM hotels in Vegas.
Okay.
They're all
like they
kind of
have
concentrated
New York,
there on the
and
southern part of the strip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know what other hotels are owned by MGM down there.
I think like it's New York, New York. They got Excalibur, and a few. I think maybe Circus. I think is one.
Bellagio, Mandalay Bay.
I think maybe Luxor.
I believe Luxor. I believe New York, New York.
Yeah, I mentioned New York,
Paris,
New York.
I think.
No, Paris is owned by the Harris Caesars company.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because my mom's actually
they own 29
like a diamond member
hotels.
of the Harris Caesars. So Paris is the one that she likes staying at.
Yeah, not Ryan Johnson. I actually used to have that comic book. I thought that was funny as all hell because Spider-Man was one of my favorite comic book heroes, and then he joins the Transformers for a couple of, I think it was like 2 issues. It was awesome. Which Tommy, Parrothead? I'm not sure if familiar with who you're talking about, but one of the things I did pick up recently was a small collection of Revenge of the Fallen Transformer toys, as well as some Combiner Wars. And I'm gonna probably end up putting those on the store eventually because I'm not a big fan of those ones. I also picked up some of the newer ones, Earthrise, I think they are. I gave some to my nephew for Christmas. I'm keeping a couple for myself, and then the rest I'm going to put on the store. Yeah, I'm not familiar with him. Send me a link on Twitter, and I'll try to check out his stuff. The only Transformer guy that I've been watching with regularity recently is a guy named Thew, Theu, or sorry, Thew. And I don't know why. I just really enjoy his reviews of the toys because he does it with such enthusiasm. Even if I don't give a crap about the toy, I like his reaction to him and the way he talks about him. Like, oh, the sexy clunky thighs, stuff like that. It's just really enjoyable the way he acts about it. Even if he hates a toy, he can still point out good things about it, and I enjoy that.
Yeah,
and the fact the guy's got like 500 episodes.
Yeah. Like when I did my reviews on Star Trek Discovery, I tried to point out at least something good, but it's getting harder and harder to point out good stuff.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did a Transformers versus Voltron crossover soon, Richie. Considering Transformers has been crossing over with everyone lately. They've done Star Wars crossover, they did Star Trek crossover, they did Ghostbusters crossover, they did Back to the Future crossover. I'm pretty sure they'll do a Voltron crossover or a Power Rangers crossover fairly soon.
And these are in the comics, right?
Yeah, but they've also made toys.
Oh, cool.
So there actually is a DeLorean Transformer that turns into a robot. There actually is a Ecto 1 that transforms into a robot. And of course, because Disney has Star Wars and they combined with Hasbro for a while, there was a whole bunch of Star Wars Transformers. So
I'm surprised, including like Alex Kurtzman's. You know how much he loves to steal ideas for his shows, his new Star Trek shows. I'm surprised he's not going to do the Transformers Star Trek.
Well, they did a Star Trek crossover, but it was
in the comics.
In the comics.
I don't think about actual show. Yet, but the way Alex Kurtzman steals ideas, I'm bound to happen. That's going to be the one that's going to be on screen before any of them.
Well,
yes, Mr. Miles, there was a right Ranger in the original.
Yeah, season 2 had Tommy's character come back as the White Ranger.
He was the Green Ranger and he became the White Ranger. And then
there was also the White Ranger for the Alien Rangers in season 3. There was a White Ranger in, I want to say Wild Force, but I could have got that one wrong. There's been a couple of White Rangers. Oh, I don't know if this is true or not because I don't know, but I'll take his word for it. Resolute Dream says the MGM studios and casinos have been completely separate since the mid 80s.
Okay, didn't know that.
And yes, Mr. Miles, they actually had to change some of the dialogue. So they they didn't want to have the White Ranger say because they were going to say something along the lines of like
the original
Red Power Ranger, Black Power Ranger,
Tiger Power.
Yeah, so they had him specifically say White Tiger Power Ranger, just so it wouldn't say White Power Ranger.
But none of them actually said their names like Red Power Ranger. It was like Tyrannosaurus Power, Mastodon Power.
Yeah, they were going to, but they literally changed it for that reason. Is that still going to be a thing? I haven't heard that. Jerb, because last I'd heard about the Hasbro Collected Universe, it kind of died in that comic book. As far as I remember, they only released the one comic book or two comic books. I can't remember exactly. And then nothing. Although, who here would actually watch a Rom the Space Knight movie? Because I would love to see Rom come back.
Hmm.
You guys even know who Rom the Space Knight is?
Nope.
I've
Not even
heard
the
something
slightest.
about it, but no, I don't.
Rom was a toy line by Hasbro back in the 80s, and Marvel originally had the license for it, and they made the Space Knight, Rom the Space Knight comic books that ran for a long time. I'd say like at least a decade. But when Hasbro split with Marvel, Marvel stopped using, of course, ROM, but they continue using the Space Knight stuff to the point where I think they had was it Frank Castle join the Space Knights at one point or something like that? I can't remember, or maybe it was Star-Lord, one of the guys. But they could, as I said, they just couldn't keep up with the couldn't use the name ROM, but they still have the Space Knights in Marvel. Yeah, and not Ryan Johnson's pointing that out. So yeah, they did bring back the Space Knights. They just can't use ROM because that character is specifically owned by Hasbro. Yeah, if you're talking about the Shattered Grid stuff, Parrot Head. Yeah, that was Lord Draken. And I even watched, they did a short advertisement thing for it where they actually brought back the actor for Tommy and to portray Lord Draken in a live action bit. It was pretty cool. See, not Ryan Johnson at least knows who Rom the Space Knight is.
Well, good. I'm glad he does.
Again, Germ, I'll take your word for it because I didn't hear anything about it. I don't really pay attention to a lot of the news about stuff that's going to come out because it tends not to. But of course, 2020 kind of screwed up a lot of movies this year.
What hasn't 2020 screwed up? We should be getting ready to see Doctor Strange.
So I'm now just picturing Cobra Commander with his face mask and everything, yelling out, COVID! And I think that's because Wraith sounds evil, Richie. That's why it's always on there. Later, Cinnabon.
Later.
COVID
Later.
Commander.
Oh boy. Well, this stream's going to get taken down.
No, I'm now thinking about this is like a fan fiction. We could write a fan fiction about this. Cobra Commander, after years of defeats, finally comes up with a biological agent he's going to use to take over the world, but it ends up only creating COVID, which doesn't really do much, but it's not as bad as like anthrax or something like that, but it's something. So he goes ahead and releases it unless the G.I. Joe can stop him, but they fail because G.I. Joe at that point is being run by Donald Trump. And because of its success, Cobra Commander now changes his name to COVID Commander. Now we have Agent Orange in charge of G.I. Joe fighting COVID Commander. Because let's face it, if we were going to have a battle of wits between opposing military factions, nothing would be funnier than Agent Orange versus Cobra Commander. We need a bigger aircraft carrier, the biggest aircraft carrier ever. Sir, the USS Flag is already the largest aircraft carrier. No, I mean really huge. With 1 million jets on it. And a giant wall around it. Painted solid gold. Oh. Who here writes fan fiction? We need someone to write this story.
Who writes here?
I am the new leader of the G.I. Joe. You can call me Agent Orange. It's like you could picture him running towards the enemy, slowing down, finally crawling on his hands and knees. Yo, Joe.
Richie Poole thinks you just wrote it.
Have they done any filming for it, Jerb? Because I haven't heard anything about it. But we need somebody, Richie, to actually flesh out the storyline. I mean, it's most likely going to end with everyone getting nuked, one way or the other, but...
Can we just have someone say, "Get to the chopper"?
Bring back Sergeant Slaughter and just have him like, oh, fuck.
I got to meet Sergeant Slaughter at a Comic-Con up here. I think it was 2 years ago. Yeah, it'd be 2 years this June.
I didn't know he was still alive.
Oh, yeah. Slaughter's still alive. It's all the other ones that are... Like Nikolai Volkov has passed away.
Yeah, I was never really big into wrestling. But because I like G.I. Joe, I did have Sergeant Slaughter action figure. So he was always one of my favorites just because of his, I thought he was funny as hell.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to cut out that segment, or see if I can cut out that segment of the stream, and I'm gonna have someone animate something about it. I still can't get over COVID Commander. That's
funny.
so super thing. I actually started tearing up. I was laughing so hard, but it's entirely
You gotta
possible.
have
I was just
the
getting in my eyes.
Commander COVID sound like Commander Snake. It's like, yes, we will get you humans. We will infect the humans. We'll keep them alive, but we'll infect them.
Deathstroke! 6 feet away! Not Deathstroke, Deathstroke, I'm sorry.
Where's your mask?
Just throw everything in but the kitchen sink, and Mr. Miles will edit it down into a masterpiece. Mm.
The worst you will get is a cough.
Okay. Just to settle this debate, Sergeant Slaughter and his super chin fighting Thanos chin to chin. Who wins in that battle? Bruce Campbell.
Oh, you got to include Jay Leno when there's battles with the chin.
Jay Leno gets his ass handed to him he gets a single punch, and then he's down. Because Thanos could try to snap away Bruce Campbell, and it wouldn't work.
Okay. Just a question though: does Thanos have the Infinity Stones or not? Because if he doesn't have the Infinity Stones, I'd go for Sergeant Slaughter.
I don't care if he has the Infinity Stones or not. He's still getting his ass handed to him by a boomstick.
If it's chin battles,
No.
Chuck Norris has to be in there because his chin has another fist.
Yeah,
Well,
I
we
still
never
think
seen
that
Chuck Norris
in a chin-to-chin battle, Chuck Norris would lose to Bruce Campbell.
Oh, we better not upset Chuck Norris. We know what he can do.
I've actually met Chuck Norris. I wasn't too impressed. Literally, when I was introduced to Chuck Norris, I actually said, "Who?" It was really funny. We were talking earlier about being in karate. My old karate sensei actually trained under the same sensei who trained Chuck Norris. And
nice.
My sensei and Chuck Norris were friends.
Oh, cool.
And when we did our karate camp, where we actually went out to the woods to train in the wilderness for a while, Chuck Norris stopped by and did an exhibition match against my sensei. And when I told my stepdad at the time about this, he fanboys out and was like, "Oh my God, the Chuck Norris Walker Texas fucking Ranger was there." And I was like, "Who?"
Yeah.
I just thought he was a short white American guy who knew karate. I didn't realize he was an action star at the time.
Yes, Texas Walker Texas Ranger.
Or as I said, according to my stepdad, it was Walker Texas fucking Ranger. He never said it the real way. He always said Walker Texas fucking Ranger. Bruce Campbell for the win. Hail to the chin.
I think I finally found out why Jodie Whittaker's doctor is so bad. She's
Why?
the 13th doctor. She's the 13th.
Well, technically, isn't she the
13th doctor
14th?
is going to shit the bed. Well, technically 14th, but you don't count the war doctor, really.
No one really
That was
counts the
Red
war
Dawn.
doctor.
The war doctor is a blip. Because for some reason,
I wouldn't know.
heaven forbid she gets
Parrot Head, I
the
can't
eighth
really
doctor
watch
put
most of
into
his
the
stuff
ninth
because it's
doctor.
just so awful.
Oh, because heaven forbids we have the eighth doctor. I guess Christopher Eccleston wasn't available.
But I haven't watched any of Doctor Who since Capaldi left.
You're not missing much.
Oh, I know what you mean, Mr. Miles. But as I said, when I was, God, I'd say 12, 13 years old, maybe 14, I can't remember exactly. I had no idea who he was. So I'm not saying he's not skilled, but if we're talking about a chin-to-chin battle, Bruce Campbell wins. No, because Steven Seagal is a pussy. Sorry, Steven Seagal is one of those guys who lies about everything. I mean, he might have actually, or he probably has decent training in a couple of martial arts, but he says stuff like, while in Japan, he secretly worked with the CIA against the Yakuza. It's like, really?
Oh, there's
CIA
actually
says
people
they
out
never even
there.
talked to you.
You know, have you ever watched there's some line on YouTube saying they're drawing out fake martial artists, and there's this one guy, the Kumite was based on, and all that. He was saying all this crap. It's like, yeah, okay, sure.
All right. Mr. Miles wants to know who would win in a fight, Old Man Chuck or Fat Steven Seagal? I'd still give it to Old Man Chuck.
Old Man Chuck, baby.
What about you, Bird or Captain Trek? Who do you think would win in a fight, Fat Steven or Old Man Chuck?
Chuck Norris.
So it's three so far. What about you, Captain Trek?
Captain Trek? Oh, Captain, my Captain. When else am I going to use that line?
In a production of Dead Poet Society.
Yeah, that ain't going to happen anytime soon.
Speaking of Bruce Campbell, have you guys ever seen the movie
Testing.
Bubba Hotep?
No.
I want to see it.
If you
I
have not
watched,
seen the movie
Cinematic
Bubba Hotep,
review on
go
it.
watch it.
Where
Bruce
is
Campbell
it?
plays an elderly Elvis Presley, meaning he traded
Where can you
places.
watch it?
I don't know right now. It's possibly on Netflix. It's been free on Vudu a couple of times, but
Bubba Hotep. Bubba Hotep.
basically the premise is that Elvis Presley switched roles with a Elvis impersonator, and it was actually an Elvis impersonator that died. And now Elvis Presley is stuck in a nursing home with people who doesn't believe that he is who he says he is. And a mummy comes back to life and tries to kill him.
Okay.
So you
forget
I know
that there's an
doesn't
old,
make sense, but it's,
there's a black,
Yeah.
and you forget about the black JFK.
yeah, I didn't want to mention that, but yeah, there's a black guy who claims to be JFK with his brain transplanted into a black guy.
No, they say they dyed him dark or something.
Yes, that is true. Steven Seagal running is funny as all hell. He runs like a fat drunk guy. Okay, he runs like me.
I think you run better.
Are you kidding? I'm so fat and lazy nowadays, I don't think I can run.
Caddy, go ahead and record your dad running.
No,
Yes.
she's not paying attention anymore. She's not listening.
Caddy, do you want to embarrass your dad?
Honey,
Videotape him running.
You just showed your age. You said videotape.
Shut up. Shut up.
I'm messing with you. I still say videotaping.
Record him.
Record. Fine. Digitally record your dad running. I haven't used a VHS tape in years, and I still say videotape.
All right. I'm going to have to bust out one of my old VCRs because one of the things I picked up over December was one of the old Star Trek VCR games.
Oh my God. Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I haven't checked to see if it's in mint condition and all the pieces are there, but it looks really good condition. Like even only one of the stickers was even placed on that stuff.
Oh, okay.
You're what, a year or two older than me? You have no good excuse to say tape recording, except for the fact that I actually own VHS tape recorders, like video cameras that record on tape. I own 2 of them right now. I take it back. I own 1. The other is a Betamax recorder. Instead of just going to now, I see a Parrot Head's comment. The only problem is I have no tapes to actually record on them right now because the VCR recorder or VHS recorder actually records on the micro cassettes, and I don't have any right now. Yeah, I've got a couple of Betamax players as well for when I get Betamax things to test. But my Betamax recorder is just ridiculous. There's no LCD screen on there to, watch what you're recording, so you have no idea if you're doing it right. And the viewfinder has like no indications on it whether if it just looks. It's like a hole you just look through. It's ridiculous. So you have no idea if you're recording in focus or not. No.
Well, that'd do very well for channel if she did.
Well, just wait for the video tomorrow. Most of the bloopers are me. I kept stumbling. For some reason, I could not say the word episode at one point.
Oh,
I screwed up the word episode like 4 or 5 times in a row. No, I don't actually have a Sony Walkman. I have a Casio portable tape player, though. Problem is, it actually broke a while back, so it plays everything in fast forward mode.
boy. And of course, Mr. Miles has to add fuel to the fire with the Vile Child saying that she probably has a 4K slow-mo setting on her phone.
No, don't give her any ideas like that, people.
Yes, ideas. We need ideas. Caddy, go watch this video back.
Daddy, watch this.
You gotta watch this. You're gonna get great ideas to embarrass your father.
It's my job to embarrass her, not the other way around.
It's your job
she
as
can
his
just
daughter to
videotape you in
embarrass
slow
him.
motion while running, and then put chariots of fire in the background.
I'm starting to hate you guys.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
No, one of the videos I actually still have because the VHS tape player from when my dad had it transferred to one of the larger cassettes. Because that's how I got my tape player, my camcorder, was because I inherited it from my dad. And he used to take videos all the time of me and my little brother. And one of the videos he has of me is when he caught me singing a Madonna song in the shower.
Wow.
Bert's just listening.
Yeah, well, actually, I was ready
Okay, he
to
is
break
doing
in to say I got to get going.
I figured as much. It's
For
almost
my
11.
stream.
So.
Yeah,
but-
take care, Vile.
What time is your
Take
stream
care.
starting, man?
Now,
And oh, okay.
in 2 minutes.
All right. I'll probably end up ending my stream in a few minutes after I finish this last cigar.
No problem.
All right.
Take
care,
care,
man.
guys. Talk to you
Take care.
later. Bye. Thank you, Vile.
He was recording me because he heard me singing a Madonna song and thought it was funny as all hell to catch his son singing a Madonna song in the shower.
Is this tape still
Oh,
around?
boy.
Yes, I have the tape still. I have not set it on fire yet.
Caddy, save that tape.
The only reason I haven't destroyed that tape is because it's also got some of the last remaining footage before my brother died. So it's like I don't want to get rid of the tape because it has footage of my brother, and then it also has footage of me singing. And no, it was not singing like a virgin. I wish it was singing like a virgin. No, I was singing Evita. I'm going to have my own release the tape controversy.
Daddy, steal the tape.
Caddy, steal the tape. Get a recording to us.
Fortunately, I'm the only one with a key to my storage unit. She can't get in.
Bolt
Caddy,
cutters.
you know where the keys are. Get a ride from your friends.
Again, I'm fortunate. None of her friends have cars either.
Get a ride from one of your friends' parents. Grandparents. Something.
Uncles. Boyfriends.
Girlfriends.
Anyone.
Your mom.
try.
I'm sure she'd like to see him embarrassed. I can't think of anybody else. Just find somebody. Borrow his keys, find somebody, get a ride there, and get the tape.
Well, she would have to find which tape it is
Just
and
grab
go
all
through all the
and then-
tapes because I've got like 20 or 30 tapes that my dad recorded. She'd have to find the right 30-second spot of that.
Well,
Thank you, JJ.
I'm sure you have some particular marking on the tape, don't you?
Yes, but it doesn't say what's on it other than the big moments, not the little moments that my dad recorded.
So the tape says the big moments on it. Okay. Cool.
No, all the tapes have the big moments on there.
Okay. Are they numbered?
Of course we are.
No, like my dad was that intelligent. I mean, hell, there were times my dad would
Richard
record one
Poole.
thing in 1989, and then the next thing on the video would be like 1996. All right, later, Richie. As I said, I'm going to end the stream soon. I'm just finishing up my last cigar.
Might see you there.
Yeah, Germ, she would have to have an account that's linked to money, and she doesn't have anything like that right now. The primary reason is I haven't thought to, Mr. Miles. That's the only reason. But yeah, I definitely need to digitally back those up at some point. And, put copies on a couple of hard drives just so I don't lose them. Some of the videos are actually pretty cool because they were back when my dad was in the military, and were videos that he made while stationed on ship for me and my brother when he and my mom were still married. So it's like films of him flying in an F4, F-14, I-2.
JJ asks when your Star Wars Jep Nerdy is going to happen.
No date set, but I'm thinking about doing a special episode on May the 4th for it. It's not set in stone right now, though. Uh-oh, we lost Captain Trek. Again. You probably went over to Bird Stream.
Oh, no. Yeah, we probably got to head over there. Head over. Work on it.
Yeah, I lost a lot of family photos actually when one of my storage units. There was a time where I had 3 storage units, all with stuff for the store in there, and one of my storage units got broken into and a lot of stuff stolen. For some reason, they stole a lot of boxes of old photographs that my mom had.
Mr. Miles asks, "Is it if you do the Jep Nerdy of Star Wars, it will be all Star Wars or just the movies?"
Just to piss everybody off, it would have stuff from all the Star Wars. It would have Last Jedi. It would have Force Awakens. It would have the prequel trilogy, original trilogy. Might even have some of the stuff from comic books, and games.
How about the Mandalorian?
Probably that too. Yeah, I might even do a KOTOR. If I do video games, it'll definitely have a KOTOR question or 2 or 3 in there. Because I love Knights of the Old Republic. Meatbag.
KOTOR?
I almost downloaded Knights of the Old Republic because it's available on phones now. You can actually download the game and play it. But I've heard there's a bunch of issues with it, so that's the only reason I haven't. Is the apparently the Android version is kind of buggy.
So I dared not ask what the Apple one is.
I honestly don't bother checking because I don't buy Apple products. They suck.
Mm.
Yeah, I would definitely want to do that too. If they had the restored content mod on the one for the phone, I would definitely download at that point. Because I want to see the HK factory.
Take care, JJ. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, hope you do. Yeah. Cheap plug.
I do think Kriya was a really good part of the storyline, though. I don't think her motivations made a lot of sense, but I did like her as a villain. Hopefully that wasn't a spoiler for anyone who hasn't played. I don't remember it doing a lot, but I haven't actually played the PC version with the restored content.
Yeah. Mr. Miles just says, "Don't bother spoiling anything that old. If people haven't seen it, it's fair game. Or played it, it's fair game."
Well, have you ever played Knights of the Old Republic, Ty?
No, I don't really play much games.
Well,
I just don't have
just
the
then I'm
setup.
so I'd be spoiling it for you because you've never played it.
I really don't care.
Well, just to explain it, just to go ahead and spoil it for you, the main villain of the game is actually one of your teammates for almost the entire game. And
Oh, cool.
so the villain is training you the entire time. I'm not going to spoil the first one for him. I'm spoiling the second one for him.
Miles is just losing his mind.
But that's
the
what I
last
liked about
real
it.
good video, the last video game I played on PC was way back with the original Star Trek Armada.
I still enjoy that game. I go back and play that game occasionally.
If only I could have a computer that could still play it, but it's just so
Yeah,
out of date. Modern computers won't play it.
I specifically kept one of my old Windows 98 computers just to play it. I've got the CD still for Armada 1, but I lost this CD for Armada 2 a long time ago. So it's the only way I can play Armada 2 now is on that old computer.
Yeah, I wish I could still play it. Like, I've been looking for a ROM hack or something of the game, or some way to play it on modern computers.
Oh, when Armada 1 came out, I used to do tournaments every Friday with a bunch of other nerds online. But we kind of stopped doing it because the board, whoever played the board characters won every time.
Okay, no board. That's all you gotta do. Like, I always just played the computer in super hard in multi person mode against the computers, and no matter who I play, I always wipe the floor. And I'd set the computer AI to the hardest level and be like,
"Oh yeah,
this is."
That's one of the things I didn't like about the AI in Armada 2 is because Armada 1. Literally, all you needed was a fleet of about 8 of your big Enterprise E types, sovereign classes.
Capital.
Yeah, you built 8 sovereign classes, put them up with the Corbinite reflector, and you win the game because those will take out everything.
Or you go get a fleet of Negvards or a fleet of Warbirds.
Yeah, whatever your largest capital ship is, just buy a bunch of them.
Yeah. Even on the hardest setting up the computer, it was like a joke.
God, I even remember with the Federation's little what was it, the black hole generator thingamajigger or time storm, whatever it was.
Oh, the Time Research Lab.
Yeah.
The Temporal Research Lab. Yeah,
and
the Federation, their super weapon was the Temporal Research Lab. The Klingons was the Jegvad.
Yeah.
Shockwave. You had the Phoenix and the Romulans, and it was the Transwarp Gate for the Borg.
But what you do is you take if you had the Prometheus, not the Prometheus, the Premonition, I'm sorry. You just the Premonition, you take you take a Nebula class, you clone the Prometheus the Premonition, you add a bunch of healing items to it to get its special weapon all the way up, then you use the temporal field like 3 times in a row and just kill everything. You can kill everything with a freaking venture class.
What I did was I just tacked up to the temporal research lab, time displacement field, send the ships in, boom, done.
All right. Well, I'm done with my cigar. I'm out of coffee, so I'm going to go ahead and end the stream.
Okay.
And anyone who's still watching, who's cares, yeah, definitely check out the TOS review that Mr. Miles put together for me tomorrow. It'll be, I don't know, should I do 6 a.m. or should I do 7 a.m.? I was thinking 7 because I'll be more awake by then, but I'll be up by 6.
That's whenever you feel comfortable, most comfortable, or most alert.
No, most alert would be 7 because then I can do the premiere while I'm before I go into my first store.
Yeah.
Until next week when we do the all category Jeopardy. I'll see you guys then. All right, later, folks.
Okay. Later, and don't forget to sub to my channel.